Well, so I bought codeine and Sprite and mixed it up. So I gave it to her because I first drank it so that it don't look like I mixed something inside. So
How beautiful the world would be if we all lived by the positive aspect of our names. Or maybe at least only possessed the positive traits that came with our names. But that might seem unfair to people whose names are eluded by positivity. This is the disturbing story of a young varsity student whose life and dream was senselessly cut short. Abigail Damilola Oluwoyo, a 17-year-old biological science student at the Federal University Lokoja, Kogi State. A 20-year-old man from Chikun, Kaduna State, named Jeremiah Paul, would connect with a native doctor on TikTok with the intention of performing some get-rich-quick rituals. This native doctor would then go on to demand he bring some items in order for the ritual to be done. A few weeks later, he would meet Damilola, a 17-year-old student, under the guise of wanting to be friends. They would exchange contacts and go on to talk on the phone. While Damilola was looking forward to a great friendship, Jeremiah was only seeing millions. On 2nd September 2024, Damilola would write her last examination for the semester and disappeared, never to be seen alive again. On the 6th of September 2024, a missing persons report was filed by Stephen Oluwoyo. He reported that his daughter Damilola was missing and that her phone number was not reachable since after her exams on the 2nd of September 2024. He further stated that he had received a message from a strange phone number stating his daughter Damilola had been abducted and the abductor demanded for a ransom. With this information, the operatives promptly swung into action through an actionable intelligence. With the assistance of the technical intelligence unit from the force headquarters, they trailed and arrested the suspect, Jeremiah Paul, on September 11, 2024. During interrogation, Jeremiah would go on to confess that on the 4th of September 2024, he kidnapped and killed the victim, Damilola, at about 8:30 p.m. He further narrated that he spiked her drink with codeine. Now let's hear from the horse's mouth.
well, so I bought codeine and Sprite and mixed it up. So I gave it to her because I first drank it so that it don't look like I mixed something inside. So I told her she should follow me so that we should go over to my place. So when I get close to my house where I live, there was an uncompleted building. So we kneeled on the wall. We were just talking. So gradually, she's feeling weak. Gradually. So I took her to the uncompleted building. So I strangled her to death. The knife I used to remove the part of her body, which is the eyes, tongue, lungs, intestine, and some part of her ass. So I put inside the calabash and I wrap it. So I gave it to the driver, which he sent from Ibadan here to Lokoja. So he will bill it back to.
He went on to disclose that he placed a call to the victim's father immediately he killed her and demanded the sum of 400,000 naira to be paid as ransom. Apparently, this was to enable him meet up with the ritual requirements from the native doctor whom he met on TikTok. The father of the deceased sent the sum of 400,000 naira as ransom. Unbeknownst to him, his daughter was already deceased. On September 11th, the suspect led the team of operatives to the scene where the corpse of late Damilola was recovered, evacuated and deposited at the Federal Teaching Hospital Lokoja mortuary for autopsy.
You are a good one. No, this cannot be only you. This cannot be your work alone.
I said to God, come.
Further investigations led to the arrest of 3 other suspects: Barnabas Olugbenga, 20 years old, from Kaduna State; Ajani Basit Ayomide of Felele, 20 years old; Emmanuel Otitoju, 24 years old, 2 of which are his friends who aided the crime. In Jeremiah's words, "I came to Kogi State to hustle." No doubt we live in dangerous times. Young children are ready to do anything just to have money. It is heartbreaking that this has become an everyday occurrence. This is a 20-year-old we are talking about, still very young and still has all the time to make something of himself. The other suspects were also interrogated and this is what they had to say. Barnabas Olugbenga, Jeremiah's alleged accomplice, narrated his own side of the story. We were in Kaduna and we saw one Ifa on TikTok. Then we took his phone number and chatted him up so that he could do soup for us. When my friend gathered the money, we don't have money to lodge when we came to Lokoja, so we decided to stay with a friend before we traveled to Ibadan. When we traveled to Ibadan, we went and collected soap. My own soap is called soap for cleansing. Whenever I bath with my soap, I am not allowed to come outside in the night, so I won't see any woman or smoke. When I bathe with the soap, I am hoping that I will get money within 1 week. I was not aware that Paul wanted to kill Damilola. Ajayi Basit Ayomide, 19, a 300 level microbiology student, also from Federal University Lokoja. I was in a game shop when Barnabas called me that he is in Lokoja right now and is planning to travel to Ibadan. He told me that he would stay in my place for a while before he continued his journey. He brought his friend called Jeremiah that they are both traveling to Ibadan. They both stayed at my place for a while and they later traveled to Ibadan. They also came back together and told me of their plans to travel to Kaduna, but they don't have money. They begged me to stay in my place for some time, pending when they have money to travel. Since then, I was the one feeding them. I have no knowledge of the kidnap or killing of Damilola. Before we were arrested, Jeremiah and his friend told me that they cashed out 400,000 naira. They used the money to buy phones and food, he stated. Emmanuel Otitoju, 24, a 100-level sociology student also from Federal University, denied having any involvement in the crime. According to him, when I met the deceased, Damilola, she told me that she had misunderstanding with her boyfriend, which I told her to settle with him. The deceased told me she was 16 years old, and I responded that I can't date her because of her age. I used to do handwork, and I'm not a Yahoo boy. Me and Jeremiah stay in the same compound, and we are neighbors. I was not aware that he was planning to kill Damilola. This is an active case as suspects are still under investigation. One cannot be too careful. Still, we urge you to be careful, stay vigilant, and always be aware of your environment. Not everyone you see or come across is normal. Not everyone has your best interest at heart. It doesn't matter how long you have known them. One can only begin to wonder what the aggressive urge to get rich quickly is about. Could this be one of the terrible effects of social media? I'll leave you all to debate in the comments. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you believe that Jeremiah carried out this heinous crime on his own, or he deployed the help of his friends? Thank you for hanging out with us today. Be safe, be vigilant, treat everybody like a suspect. Do not forget to make good choices. See you in our next video.